Oi. Let's chat. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. It's your boy Jabril, and today we're going to kind of discuss the top 5 things, I guess the beginner's guide to a weight loss journey, or at least my weight loss journey, and the 5 things that I've used to help keep me focused, keep me honest with myself, and kind of keep me moving forward with all of this. So, before we get too far ahead, if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you hit that sub button for me and notification button. Throw a comment down below. Share this with your friends and family. Let's get into it. So, starting off with the first thing. The first thing, and it was kind of like the first 3 months, 4 months, whatever. But that's starting small. And when I say starting small, an example is when I first, for eating habits, when I first started, I did not immediately dive into chicken, rice, and veggies. I didn't quit cold turkey. Most people can't quit cold turkey on things anyway, and if you can, good for you. Awesome, good for you. But most people can't. The first thing I even started eating was burger salads. I didn't really have much to start with or work with. I didn't know. I knew what the comfort foods were. I knew what the good foods were, the unhealthy foods, if you will, but I didn't know how to transition, so I worked with what I had. I figured out ways to incorporate a little bit of a more healthier option while figuring out what the next steps were to improve that even more. Same with exercise. When I first started, I was almost 350 pounds. I'm not gonna go run a marathon and test that theory and see how that goes. No, I'm gonna end up hurting myself, tearing something, destroying my knees, whatever, hurt myself more, and then getting nowhere. So that when I first started, I started with walks. I just went on a walk. Which leads me into my second thing, which is setting short-term goals to have, I guess, long-term effects in an aspect of things. And what I mean by that is, mine was when I started doing my walking and my running, it took me almost an hour and a half to do 3 miles. And that's a long time, especially for a big dude or anybody. That's a long time out there. And so I wanted to keep decreasing that time more and more to the point where not only was I under an hour, but I was under 50 minutes, 45 minutes, a half an hour. I don't think I've ever gotten under a half an hour, but I'm about a 35-minute, 3-mile runner/walker. And that's pretty good for a guy like me. But it was, hey, I need to drop my time by 10 minutes within 2 months. And so I would start doing that. And then after that 2 months, okay, cool, I did that. So what's my next goal? Well, now it needs to be, I need to drop my time down another 10 minutes or another 10 minutes from there, and just kind of keep building on that until you start forming patterns and start forming routines and getting yourself into that habit of, okay, this is what I can do, this is how I can do it, this is how I need to prepare myself to get to this point. Leads me to my third thing, which is holding yourself accountable. A way that I held myself accountable was, as I was losing weight, I decided that one of the things that was going to help me was to get rid of all of my old clothes. Get rid of all the clothes that didn't fit me anymore, all the dirty clothes that reminded me of being big. I wanted to get rid of all of them. And so as I was losing weight, I got rid of all my old clothes. And I brought in new clothes that fit me a little bit better and kind of helped build my confidence a little bit. And also gave me an understanding of that there is no going back. I need to keep moving forward. So by getting rid of the past, this is my way of saying, okay, we're here now. You can't go back. You have to keep moving forward. If you go back, then you've messed up. And this is my way of saying, no matter what you do, you have to figure out how to keep moving forward. And so that's what I mean by holding yourself accountable. Which leads me into my fourth thing, which is learning to say no. And when I say learning to say no, that's kind of the whole point of holding yourself accountable. That leads with setting short-term goals as well. It kind of ties into a lot of this list. What I mean by saying no is it was around holiday time. Like the holidays were coming up. By the time I got to a certain amount of weight, the holidays were coming up. That means all the sweets were coming out, all the foods and fatty foods were coming out, all the hams, everything was coming out. And I had to learn to say, no, I've already had my plate, I'm good. Or, no, I don't need any sweets this week because I didn't eat good last week. That was my way of saying no, even if it was true or not. Even if I did have sweets that week. I could have eaten clean that entire week, and that would have been the only time I had sweets. But I knew, deep down, that that's what got me into my situation in the first place. So that was my way of saying, no, I don't need the sweets right now. I can worry about it later. I can come back to it. I don't need it right now. I can live one day without sweets. And there was a lot of pressure to just say, well, it's one day, who cares? I got a lot of that. I got a lot of, it's just one day, you'll be fine. Oh, no, you can cheat for one day. To me, that meant failure. To me, that meant going back to my old ways. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to hold myself accountable, and I wanted to learn to say no. That way, later on down the road, once I had figured it out, once I knew what I was doing, once I knew what I needed to do to maintain, that I could do that one time. But then understand, listen, I got to go to the gym tomorrow and I got to work a little bit harder because I decided to eat cake, or I decided to eat ice cream, or I decided to eat this cookie or that donut. Do I do that? No, not really. I mean, I've had a few moments around birthday times, but for the most part, I don't even care for cake. I don't care for ice cream. I don't care for any of that. I've also learned to make healthier options sweets for me so that I don't have to worry about it. And then my last and final thing, and this one I had to learn a lot from. This one took some time, and I kind of beat myself up about it, and I wish I hadn't. And this is one of those things that if I could go back and tell old me, hey, don't let this win, don't let this take over most of your weight loss journey, everything's going to be fine, I wish I could. But one of the most important things that I had to learn the hard way was don't let the scale win. Don't let the scale dictate how your day is going to go, how your week is going to go. Don't let the scale win. I was going on the scale 3 times a day, if not 4. And I was trying to track my day throughout to see what I was eating was affecting my body and how it was affecting my body. And then there were days where I thought I was doing really, really well, and I knew that water weight played a part in it, but then I would gain a lot more than what I thought, and I would beat myself up about it. That one, I would say for anybody, whether you only need to lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds or a pound or whatever, or if you need to lose more than 10 pounds or 20 pounds, whatever, don't let the scale dictate how you're going to start your weight loss journey. Don't let it dictate how you're going to end your weight loss journey or whatever. It seems like a lot. It seems like a lot to talk about. I know it kind of seemed kind of all over the place. Like I said, those are some of the things that I learned, and honestly, I feel like are kind of, like I said, the building blocks to losing weight. Those are kind of the starters. I'm not the new expert. I'm not the all-knowing. I just started this. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure things out. I'm still learning a lot about how my body works. And I'm learning about what foods are good for me and what foods aren't good for me. I still got a long way to go. I've only done this for a year. But I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you guys learned something out of this. I really do. Even if it's just one person. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are new, make sure you hit that sub button and notification button for me. Again, throw a comment down below, share this with your friends and family, and as always, peace out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!